Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. It has been a crazy week of news coming out of Gamescom with tons of new information about Rise of Iron, and we're starting to see a much clearer picture of what exactly we're getting in just 1 month. Of course, in Rise of Iron we are getting a completely revamped tower vendor set, as well as brand new weapons for the Iron Banner and Trials of Osiris. So let's take a closer look at a dozen or so of these new weapons. Starting with the first weapon of the new Iron Banner set, we have the Unbent Tree auto rifle. I'm really looking forward to this new Iron Banner set, as they each have a really intricate barrel and are wrapped with fur. Super cool. Next up is the fusion rifle Saladin's Vigil. It looks like it's finally Lord Saladin's turn to have a weapon named after him. I'm just a little bummed that it's a fusion rifle. I feel like his personality would be much better represented as a shotgun. Speaking of which, here is the shotgun Winter's End. That is a mean looking shotgun with a pretty intense blade underneath it, and I can only imagine that it has the highest of impacts. Next up is the hand cannon, the Lingering Song. As you can see, crazy looking blades attached to underneath the barrel is a running theme on this weapon set, and it's a right shame that they're just cosmetic. Next up is the sniper rifle, but not forgotten. It features a relatively short barrel, a long scope, and a giant spear at the head. I think this is definitely one of the more striking weapons coming in Rise of Iron. And finally, we have a glimpse at the rocket launcher, the Titanium Orchid. Next up, we have a glimpse at what appears to be the new Trials of Osiris scout rifle called Burning Eye. Now, we did also get a glimpse at what appears to be a golden weapon of some kind in this clip. Now, it's possible for this to be simply a weapon ornament, but it could in fact be from the Adept set of weapons you get from the Lighthouse. What do you guys think this weapon is all about? Let me know in the comments. Moving on to the tower vendors, we start with the new Monarchy machine gun, First Citizen 9. I've never really been super impressed by new Monarchy weapons, but I'm hoping this one turns me around. Moving on to the Vanguard shotgun, we have Occam's Razor. Next up we have the Vanguard scout rifle, Angel's Advocate. Now this is the first weapon we're seeing with actual stats, and they don't disappoint. This seems to be a very formidable high-impact scout rifle, and this one actually has some pretty decent perks on it as well. It's hard to say if this is going to be the stock tower version, but it interestingly follows the perk structure of a Suros weapon. Now, this doesn't have any weapon foundries in the bottom right-hand corner, and as you'll see, there's a few other weapons from the Vanguard that are similar. So it'll be interesting to see if this is just simply the new default perk structure moving forward. Next up we have either the Vanguard or possibly even the Crucible fusion rifle, Each New Day. Now, as I've mentioned before, I'm not big on fusion rifles, but I really want to get better at them, so I might pick this one up. Next we have the B29 Party Favor Pulse Rifle, which looks pretty cool and also has some pretty incredible perks on it. Now, it's hard to say whether or not, of course, these are the default roles from the vendors, but I really hope they are. It's a very high rate of fire pulse rifle with incredible stability and reload right out of the gate. On top of that, this weapon has Outlaw, Perfect Balance, and Rangefinder. I don't think you could have asked for a better role for this weapon. Now, I don't think we've heard anything about a weapon balance coming in 3.0, but I really hope that there is one just to bring pulse rifles back in the mix. They're generally my favorite class of weapon because of their versatility, and it's a shame to see it down at the wayside. Next up we have a pretty awesome looking Dead Orbit auto rifle, Extremophile 011. I have to say that just like with the Taken King weapons, I'm very impressed with Dead Orbit so far. I'm glad they decided to mix up the boring white and black with some pretty awesome looking camo patterns. In fact, we've seen this pattern before in the image of a ghost. And now that we know that the factions have their own ghosts, we know now that this is the Dead Orbit ghost. And finally we have the Last Ditch 001 shotgun. Based on the stats of this weapon, I have a pretty good feeling that you're going to see this a lot in the Crucible, and you can bet that this is going to be one of the first weapons I buy to review on my channel. But anyways, which of these new weapons are you going to be aiming for first? Leave it in the comments below. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more Destiny content. And I will see you all next time. Bungie just concluded their Crucible livestream from Gamescom in Cologne, Germany. And in that live stream came the announcement of private matches.